that is on the screen right now, everyone. We're just looking for some debates, so please, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 18.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2007,
What month?
April.
For sure. So why do you support Donald Trump?
I would say policy for sure. I mean, I see that argument a lot, and I see you don't really like that argument, but I would say policy.
Okay. Yeah, like what specific policy?
I mean, I would say just like the border. I mean, there isn't a specific policy, but I would say I don't know, just his stance on the border and stuff like that.
Like, what about his stance on the border?
I mean, I would say personally, like, I mean, I think we should let more people into the country that like want to have tickle fights with Parker. I mean, I think that would just be more productive for the country.
Okay, diabolical. Let's go on to the next person. Deanna, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Absolutely, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's go on to the next person. I'll link send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Dory, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. But Deanna, that's it's honestly so true. She's always on point. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Alrighty. Let's get it going. You only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Hello? Okay, all right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that is on the screen, everyone. Only send a guest request if you support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Alrighty. Let's get it going. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
2006.
2006. What month?
April.
Okay, so why do you support Donald Trump?
I support pro-life.
Okay. What pro-life policy? You gotta come back in the app. I can't hear you, man.
Just in general.
Like, in what way? Explain.
Oh, I just support. Could you give me a second? Can I mute for a second?
You could just hop back in the box and I'll wait till you are ready. We'll go on to the next person. In the meantime, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get out to more people. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen here on TikTok, everyone. We are just looking for some debates for some Trump supporters, everyone. Alrighty, do give it a second. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Why do you? Sorry, what was your birth year?
'03.
Okay. And you said you're how old again?
21.
And what month?
November.
Okay, so why do you support Donald Trump?
I support him on abortion.
Why so?
I personally believe that every human deserves a right to life.
Okay. What is a human?
A human is, I believe, anyone with like genetic DNA passed by mother and father.
Sure. So like zygotes, you would consider zygotes to be people?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question, right? Is it wrong to put like babies in freezers?
Depends on the purpose.
It depends on the purpose, really?
Um,
So you think in
like
some
why are we
contexts
putting?
it's totally okay for parents to put their like children in freezers?
I mean, if it's to like preserve them, if there's some medical necessity to put a child in a freezer that I'm uneducated on, then.
Okay. A typical that I haven't seen that to be the case at all. But you would say that it shouldn't be considered abuse on a typical standard, right? For like people to put their babies in freezers.
I'm not necessarily saying that. I think it just depends on the reasoning. If there's some sort of medical necessity that requires them to be put in a freezer or
Okay. There's
something,
no medical necessity. Then
then if there's no medical necessity for them to be put in a freezer, then I would generally disagree. But if the claim is saying that children are compared to zygotes, I don't necessarily agree with that. If we're putting zygotes in
okay.
freezers,
So you don't consider zygotes to be children?
no, I think it's like
What
a
are
different
children?
stage.
Can you tell me what a child is?
I think a child is anyone who, if I would just say like someone's child who has been born. I do
So it's not a
differentiate.
child until it's born. Why is it a child once
No,
it's born?
I'm just saying I differentiate someone who has been born from someone who hasn't been born, but I value their life.
Really? In what way are they differentiated that you see to be valid?
Just because one has been born and one hasn't.
And
I
what's
think
the
it's like
distinction
two
about that?
different
The only
things.
difference is location, correct?
It's location and age.
Age? There's not a you know that there can be birth and they can be younger than another baby that isn't born. You know that, right?
What'd you say?
You know, birth can happen at different times. There could be some babies that are born right at younger ages than other babies that are still in the
Yeah.
womb.
No, I mean like age, like legally when you come out of a woman, and then you're set to be
Okay,
born
so your
again.
age isn't based upon conception?
I don't think legally so.
Legally, we agree, but like, do you think that it should be based upon life? Like, what is it? What is that?
I think it's just easier to base
To
it
do it
off
based
of
upon birth?
yeah,
Sure.
rather than conception.
Couldn't you say the same thing for like Roe versus Wade? It's just easier to grant rights for for like the fetus as soon as it hits viability. I think in a certain sense you could say it's easier to do that, right?
I mean, it's definitely easier to do that, but I personally believe that a fetus is deserving of a future.
Okay. Do you think it's like murder for an individual to use an IUD,
What does an IUD stand for again?
intrauterine device?
What's its purpose?
It can prevent fertilization and also prevent implantation.
I think if it prevents something that has been conceived like at conception, then I don't know if I want to use the word murder. I feel like murder is a little too harsh because I don't want to believe that people who get abortions are murderers, but I believe it is generally wrong to kill.
Wait, so then,
and
okay, wait, I'm confused. What is murder?
I believe murder is legally the wrongful killing of a human being.
Okay, well then, if a zygote is a human being, and you think it's wrong to kill it, well then that would be murder under your view. So they would be murderers, correct?
I guess
your
it's a
view?
fair statement. I believe not necessarily
No.
maybe it's not yet a human being, but it's going to be, and I think that's
When
just
is it
as
going to be a
valid.
human being?
When is it going to be a human being?
Yeah.
Probably when it's born. I'd imagine there could be a more
Okay.
scientifically accurate.
I would say it's based upon its sentience, but if you say it's based upon birth, well then why is it wrong to get an abortion? It's not murder.
Well, I believe just because it's not a human, it's still a life, and it's not yet to be human.
You said all humans are deserving of the right to life, but if it's not human under your worldview, then it doesn't have the right to life, right?
Well, I think all animals are deserving of the right to life too.
Wait, repeat
I
that?
think all animals are deserving of the right to life too. I think as long as it is a life in some sense, I think it deserves some sort of right to live.
So plants have rights?
Yeah, I think plants have rights.
Really? Really?
I mean, to some extent,
do you think it's wrong to cut your grass?
I mean, to some extent, I don't think it's quite the same. It's not as comparable, but I think we
I'm
should
just asking, is it
preserve.
wrong to cut your grass or maybe to brush your teeth?
I think it is how do I say it? I think it's just as important to value nature and plant life. And
What about
cutting,
life in your mouth where you're killing it with the teeth brush or the toothbrush? Sorry, what the hell?
well, that causes direct harm to you, the bacteria in the mouth.
Oh, okay. So if it causes direct harm for you, it's wrong to kill it. Okay. Would it be wrong
No,
to?
if it
Is it wrong?
causes
Wait, I have a
direct harm
question. Is
for
it
you,
wrong to kill a bacteria in which isn't harming me?
um, no, I don't
No,
think the
but it's
bacteria.
living, dude. It's living, dude.
No, I guess, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? I'm
No,
trying
I
to.
don't get what you're trying to say, man. That's why I'm
I
asking
think
you.
I think all animal life and human life is valuable, and I think plant life, generally speaking, is valuable and should be preserved. Um,
Okay, so you think it's
it's
wrong
pretty
to
much
cut
where I'm coming
grass?
from. Um, Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay, I don't even know what the hell this guy's saying. Um, okay, let's just talk about this in general. Like, do you think that if you don't think that zygotes are people, if you don't think embryos are people, if you don't think it's a person until birth, why do you think abortion is wrong?
I think because it will become a person is why it's wrong.
It will. Okay, so then it then again, if it's wrong, then you would consider it should be illegal under your view, right?
Um, yes and no. I feel
Wait,
like I
okay,
come
wait. To
from.
clarify, you think it's wrong? You don't think it should be illegal, right?
I think it's wrong, but my idea of what should or shouldn't be legal is questionable because I feel like I
Hey,
come
well, I don't even
from.
know why we're having this conversation then. You're pro choice. If you think it should be legal for people to get access to an abortion, that's all we need to talk about.
Well, I think it's circumstantial. Like
Say, like, my girlfriend gets pregnant and then she gets an abortion. Is that, like, should she go to prison for getting an abortion?
did she?
It's an
I'm assuming it's
elective, it's
consensual
a, yes,
sex.
yes,
Everything
it's
is
an
okay.
elective abortion without medical
Okay.
necessity because we're not ready to have kids yet.
Then I don't think she should be allowed to get an
So
abortion.
if she does, then you're saying she should go to prison? And if I paid for it, I should go to prison too?
Um, I don't know necessarily. Maybe, probably some
Maybe.
sort of
You don't know. Can you
punishment.
answer the question maybe? But yes, no, maybe so.
I would say yes under our
Yes, I
current
should go.
legal
So we should
system.
both go to prison.
I feel like prison is a little harsh though
Okay,
for.
okay, so then what should be the consequence?
I don't think that's necessarily I'm educated enough to decide what should be the consequence for abortion. I
Okay,
just come from the
if you don't
stance
think
that
you're educated to determine what should be the consequence for abortion, then why did you vote for Donald Trump based upon his abortion policy? Because clearly that's about applied ethics in terms of how you're going to place the law in such a way in which is going to either restrict or not restrict people from getting access to abortion. And Donald Trump putting people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade led to people having restricted access to abortion in this country, not just for elective reasons, but even in context of sexual assault, even in contexts in which they're going to die. Okay? That's happened in this country. Women have died in this country. Pregnant individuals have died in this country because of Donald Trump changing the abortion laws by putting people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of changing those abortion laws. So why do you support that policy knowing its detrimental impacts?
I feel like in terms of supporting Donald Trump, I think I support more restrictive abortion laws, but I don't necessarily support uh, things where people are dying because of restrictive abortion laws. Because I think if a mother's life is at harm, there should be complete legality for an abortion.
Okay, wait, okay. Did you know in every pregnancy that the person who is pregnant, that their life is at risk?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so then
I
you're saying
know.
they should be able to get an abortion legally, right?
Also, at the same time, there are many things in life that just existing puts you at risk for dying.
Okay, so then what is your argument? At what level of risk should you be allowed to be able to get access to an abortion?
Um, I don't know if necessarily I can say specifically, but I would say at least going up to a 5% chance.
Oh, so if there was a
Um,
4% chance, you're saying that they shouldn't be allowed to get access to an abortion?
I think that's a gray area. I don't necessarily want to draw strict lines.
Really,
I'm
that's
not a
a gray
doctor.
area to you?
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not. so I don't necessarily know the
You
exact
don't need
lines
to
I would
be
have
an
to
you
draw.
don't need to be a doctor to have ethics, right? I'm saying at what point is it morally okay? Or actually, what point? Fuck morals. For this argument, what point do you think it should be legally not allowed?
For in terms of mortality rate, when it's like likely they'll die.
So at what likelihood? You said 5%.
I would say
So
legally not
I have a
allowed.
question. If your significant other had a 0.5% likelihood of dying, right, given that they were pregnant, would you say that they should have a legal right to get access to an abortion?
If that maybe
Okay. Well, that's every pregnancy.
0.5%. Okay, because I saw the CDC website and I looked at the mortality rate of births, and it said it was 22.3 point per what 100,000 in the US.
I think I'm talking like around the world, globally.
Oh, I'm mainly talking about the US. I feel like if there's a
I
higher
don't think
like
that's the only context in which is relevant.
I think that's fair to say, but I think in other
We're
countries,
talking about
if
ethics of abortion from a global stage, correct? So, like, if it is the case that if we look in the context of the average rate of likelihood of death, in that context, you're saying that someone should be able to get access to an abortion.
yeah, if there's a reasonable chance that they could, I think, have their life at risk, then they should have access to an abortion.
Okay, what's the level of reasonable risk? I mean, reasonable idea. Like, I would think that there's a reasonable idea of risk if you knew that there was, say, like a 0.05% chance, right?
I think if there's
You could be worried in that context.
Yeah, I think probably if you're have a risk of double the normal rate, which is pretty low, especially at least in our country. Saying worldwide is a little different, but at least in our country, then you should be eligible for an abortion, at least at that point.
Okay, so then here would be my question, right? And you're saying if they get an abortion, in elective reasons, they should go to prison if they get an abortion?
I think when you have a context of a normal, healthy
Yeah,
pregnancy
yeah.
in which both adults consented and
Yes.
some I think when you have a context of then I don't necessarily know if I want to say prison because I don't necessarily know if I agree with the prison system in the US because
Well, that's
I
what
think it's a
happens
little
due to
different.
Donald Trump's abortion law. So explain to me why you think Donald Trump's abortion laws are better than Roe versus Wade.
I think I supported in as opposed to Kamala Harris.
Kamala. In what manner?
Uh, she would have more lax abortion laws
Roe versus Wade.
than,
So how is
than
Donald
Donald
Trump's
Trump.
abortion legislation better than Roe versus Wade? Under your perspective.
Um, I don't necessarily agree with the Roe versus Wade overturning per se, uh, because I think it could set dangerous set states or the countries towards a dangerous route
So then,
of
if you don't agree with Roe versus Wade being overturned, that's exactly what Donald Trump did. So then you agree with Kamala Harris's policy on abortion. So explain to me what about Donald Trump is the reason as to why you support him, because it's clearly not going to be because of his abortion policy.
well because Kamala Harris is more lax on abortion and Donald Trump is more restrictive. I think it goes down to
You said he's more.
well because Kamala Harris is more lax on abortion and Donald Trump is more restrictive. I think it goes down to you, but your visual is lagging a bit.
Okay. It should come back here pretty soon. What's good, everyone? I don't know why it just does that every
Yeah, it's
once in
good
a while.
now.
It's really weird. It's really acting weird, chat. I don't know. Okay, well, Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot, kind of forgot where we were, but I'm
Purdy, thank
mainly
you so
come
much
from
for the
like a
writer.
more
Thank you so much, Purdy. Go ahead.
I mainly come from a more uneducated background on abortion. I feel like I wanted to just have like a conversation about it because I feel like I'm always open to kind of debating and learning about this topic. I feel like it's like a topic that I don't have much opportunity to debate with my friends on.
Okay. So did you hear what my points were on that, or where we were at, or do you not remember?
Right at the end, it was, yeah, you said Kamala wanted Roe versus Wade and Trump didn't. I believe Kamala
So
wants to
you didn't.
overall.
Hey, listen. You didn't want Roe versus Wade to be overturned. Kamala Harris didn't want Roe versus Wade to be overturned. Donald Trump did want Roe versus Wade to be overturned. That means you agree with Kamala Harris. Explain to me how Donald Trump's position is better from your perspective, given that you literally agree with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, no, I can't explain it. I voted for Kamala at the election. I can't even.
Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria I've put on the screen, everyone. Please don't do that. You're wasting my time. And now, how long did I just waste on the live talking to a person that didn't even believe and don't support Donald Trump? Like, that's a kind of annoying. But we're going to go into the next person. I don't know what's going on with my lag right now, everyone. If I am lagging, I will just try to hit a restart on the stream, everyone. And I will try to come back right after. There's, my internet for some reason just does this every once in a while. It's really frustrating. So, what's up? How old are you? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. What's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
And how old are you?
49.
So why do you support Donald Trump? Thank you for the knockout. Thank you.
Well, I'm just going to focus on some economics.
Actually,
The firing.
Before we do, can I thank some people real quick? Actually, I have a few people to thank real quick. For sure. While I do so, I'll just make sure to mute your mic real quick. You can unmute as soon as I'm done real quick. Let me go on and thank some people real quick. Melissa, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Carsa with the $50. Thank you. For your new haircut is diabolical. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Carsa. Thank you. Thank you, Carsa. I really appreciate it. Ellie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. Thank you so much, Ellie. Kat, thank you for the $5. Heidi, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Judy with the $15. Thank you. And Eleanor, thank you so much. Or Nico, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nico. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Nico in the comment section right now. Let me make sure I'm caught up here on YouTube real quick, and then we'll make sure to go on and do the debates real quick, everyone. Natasha, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Natasha. I really appreciate it. Dedicated with the $20. Thank you so much, Dedicated. I really appreciate it. Richie with the $50. Thank you so much, Richie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Deanna with the $5. Zach with the $20. And then Mojo, thank you so much for the £5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for all the gifters in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. Let's make sure to go into the guest and debates real quick. So why did you support Donald Trump? You said economics?
Yeah. Just, with the BLS reporting of the jobs, we've seen just a big lag, in the revisions. And a lot of times I think that's politically focused. Right before the election, we saw the unemployment or the jobs do really well. But, we've just seen a downward revision. And I think the firing of the head of the BLS was an important decision.
Why? I think that was an incredibly bad decision.
Well, it's just outdated, sending surveys out and, how much time does a business owner have to fill out that form and send it back? It's just outdated, needs to be revamped. So I thought it was.
What's the process in which you didn't revamp it?
I would probably look at AI. I would outsource it to some companies that are good at this. We see what ADP is doing with their job reporting.
No, you have to be specific with what you would do. You can't just say, "Oh, AI." That's not at all an explanation of what you do.
Well, there just needs to be something, maybe some sort of enforcement, with business owners to where they have to log on and fill out, electronic form instead of mailing something in. It's just totally outdated. It's like a fax. So maybe just
Okay,
something
so
online.
if you want a process in which you can get data points to a greater extent, right? You're not going to do that through AI unless it is the case that you actively go and look at the different prices for the goods, right, and for the different services. And then also in terms of other setups, what is another process you could use? You're not describing a process you could use to be able to get the data points. AI can look through the context of data points and information that's already uploaded to it, but it can't go out into the real world and get the prices of things by itself. That makes no sense at all.
Well, the job reporting needs to be totally revamped. I mean, just mailing in things, and we're seeing the revisions come in 2 months late, and we're not even sure
Wait,
how accurate. it is.
that's what happens. That's that's normal. And also, what about him like firing the Bureau of Labor Statistics head is going to fix that?
Well, I think there needs to be a think tank put together, and there needs to be a better process
A
because
think
these
tank
numbers.
put together? What? How is a think tank being put together going to be better than the current Bureau of Labor Statistics?
I mean, mailing in a survey that dictates what the unemployment rate is and what the job numbers are is just ludicrous.
Why?
It's just so outdated. It's not working, obviously. And we knew the job.
Wait, that process doesn't change by firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I just want to let you
It's
know.
a good start.
He fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because he realized that the economy was doing so bad that he couldn't even believe the data in front of him. He had to say that it was politically biased. And the reason why it's absurd to say that it's politically biased is because 3 weeks after Kamala Harris announced her campaign for president of the United States, they dropped an 818,000 jobs revision. So it's not politically biased information, right? And what he was saying was a complete, utter lie. It is an absolute threat to our current system to not have information about how our economy is functioning. We rely on this information in order to have accurate data and in order to be able to respond to it from an economic perspective, from the Fed, right? And in terms of how Congress can respond, right? All of that is incredibly important. And if we don't have that information, it can lead to disastrous issues that happened in the context of Greece in terms of inflation, in terms of massive issues in the economy that they had no clue of at the time because the data wasn't completely set.
All right. Second thing, putting pressure on Powell, I think, is important. You know, I know that I know what you're going to say, nominated Powell, but Powell just, they screwed up keeping rates too low, and they didn't raise them fast enough, and now they're not dropping them.
Wait, Trump wanted him to lower rates.
Well, they need to lower them now.
Wait, no. Trump wanted him to lower rates back then.
Well, let me start over. So they kept rates way too low during COVID, and that's just why we had all this inflation. They went to 9%.
Wait. Trump wanted them lower. Trump
Well,
Trump was president at that point during COVID, and Trump wanted them lower.
Well, they were, but now they've kept them too high for too long. They didn't raise them high enough, and now we've got inflation.
What is this guy talking about? Dude, inflation went up around the entire world. We actually had some of the lowest inflation compared to the rest of the developed world.
But now it's at 2%. It's actually below 2%.
No, it's not. It's not. It's literally 2.7%.
If you look at the actual inflation mark, it is. And the
2.7%.
Fed,
Wait, where did you get that information from? The Bureau of Labor Statistics?
Well, no, your CPI and your PCE, and CPI just
and where do you get the CPI?
Well, it's through 30% of it's through shelter, and it's through all other consumer related goods. But right now it's under 2%.
What are you talking about? Where did you get this information from?
Where did I get it from?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at the underlying numbers, we're under 2%. We have to be.
You're not answering where you got this from. You keep just restating the number.
Well, moving on.
Dude, no, I'm asking you. Where did you get the number from?
That's not important.
Where did you get this number from?
Do you think inflation is above 2%, and why?
Yes.
Okay, why?
The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that it's currently 2.7%.
No, it's 2.1. What they're saying.
So before it was below 2%. Now it's over 2% at 2.1. And who's they?
We're looking at many variables.
Who's they? Who said it was 2.1%? Who said that?
100 of the best economists.
100 of the best? No, they didn't. No, 100 of the best economists. By the way,
So you think inflation's still high?
dude, where did the 100 of best
Just because
economists?
it's-
Well, I have a question. Where did the 100 of the best
Where-
economists? Hold up. Where did the 100 of the best economists say this? I'd love to hear. Where do they say this?
I'd have to look it up for you.
Really? Go ahead. I'll give you time.
All right, moving on.
No. Go ahead. Go look it up. I want to know. I seriously, I want to
Well,
know this so bad, dude.
you think,
I want to
you think
know.
he's telling
I want to know, dude.
inflation?
I want to know who these top 100 economists are. I want to know where you saw this information. I've got to see it, dude.
I could look it up for you, but I
Go for it. I'll
follow
give you time. I'll seriously give you time.
That's all right. All right. So you think we're below? So you don't think the Fed should cut?
Wait, say that again.
Listen, do you think the Fed should cut right now? Do you think Powell was right about not cutting interest rates? The Fed
Yes,
funds rate.
because inflation is likely to go up because of the fact that there are tariffs that are implemented, and there's not good certainty in terms of tariffs and price stability because of that. So if there is a threat on price stability, then their duty to uphold their dual mandate, the maximum employment and price stability, is to ensure that rates are not going down, to be able to put too much pressure on the market, to be able to cause inflation to go off again.
They're not looking at you have to be forward thinking, and they're not doing that. According to Rick Santelli,
They are being forward
who's a
thinking by doing what
moderator
what I just said is forward thinking.
according to Rick Santelli, who's on CNBC, and Joe and those
That's
guys.
not an
they say
economist, is it?
We're over the hump. We're over the hump. When
Is that an
the tariffs
economist?
They were transitory.
Is that an
The tariffs
economist?
were transitory. Rick Santelli is a famous Chicago
He's
bond
a
trader.
commentator.
Well, according to those guys, we're over the hump when it comes to inflation, and they lean to
Dude,
the left.
he's a commentator on CNBC, dude.
So here's what's going to happen because we're not cutting rates. The economy's just going to fall
Yuri,
off.
thank you for the $30. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously, though.
But the
Thank
economy's
you so much.
just going to fall off.
Democracy Dies in Darkness. Thank you so much for the $5. Yeah, because Trump is president.
No, because he has no control over the monetary, and he's got lunatics in there.
He has no
But-
control
but
of the
the good
money.
news is
Wait, so
that-
again,
that one chairman resigned.
you said that there are lunatics. Who appointed Jerome Powell originally?
Well, Trump. I like Trump, but you asked me if I like Trump. Yes, and that's not one of the reasons I liked him.
Okay, so you said he had no control over the monetary. He
He
appointed
doesn't.
Jerome Powell originally. That's the
Yeah,
reason
but he
why he's in
can't
the
fire
position
him.
he's in.
But he can't fire him.
Because then why does he want to fire him? You act like Jerome Powell has specifically done a wrong thing. Tell me what
He is.
specifically.
I think it's politically motivated.
Do you have an economics degree?
No, I have a finance.
So you have finance degree, really? Okay, so what's market equilibrium?
I don't know. I guess I was out.
Intersection of supply and demand.
studying it.
So I don't think someone who doesn't even know what equilibrium is in the market doesn't
Oh,
know
you
how.
asked me what
Wait, if you
equilibrium
don't
is.
know
I
what
know
market
that.
equilibrium is, you clearly are not knowledgeable enough to say that Jerome Powell, the lead economist at the Federal Reserve, right, is not qualified enough to make a determination on whether or not interest rates should be at the certain level that they are based upon economic trends in the market. You're not qualified to make that determination. That's
Well,
like
he's not-
that's like an anti-vaxxer that literally saw one fucking misinformation post on Facebook, right, disputing what the doctors are saying about literally medicine and about vaccines being effective. That's the same basis, literally, right? Same basis. You literally just like randomly said something because of a Facebook post, right? Instead of looking at what the economists are indicating, right, who literally have studied this for decades. It's ridiculous.
Well, I didn't hear your question, but I know Powell has a dual mandate, and I just don't think he's following that. He's not following up with what he needs to do with the Fed.
What's the
And
dual mandate?
Well, it's to keep jobs and keep inflation low.
So it's maximum employment and price stability, and they are upholding maximum employment and price stability, right, by engaging in the certain process they're doing. Donald Trump is not. Donald Trump is actively harming their ability to do that. Unemployment has increased since he got in office, and inflation is rising back up to likely hires that were levels that are higher at the end of the Biden-Harris administration. If Biden were in office, if Harris were in office, we would have lower inflation right now.
I doubt that. I think
I'm
the
serious.
tariffs.
We'd have better jobs reports. We'd have lower inflation. We'd have higher real GDP. We'd have a better performing economy across the board.
Yeah, I disagree.
You disagree with facts. You disagree with evidence. Why is real GDP declined in the rate in which it's increasing?
Because of higher rates. They've been
No,
high
because of
too high.
tariffs. because of tariffs, because the higher rates were even higher under the Biden-Harris administration, and yet the economy was increasing at a significantly higher rate.
You know, a lot of people say the voodoo economics or trickle down is not going to work, but it's going to
trickle
work
down
this time.
trickle down is nonsense.
It's going to work this time, and we're already seeing
Okay,
it.
if you think trickle down economics is going to work, you are actually proving my point. You, who has no understanding of economics, thinks trickle down economics is going to work based upon zero facts, zero evidence, and zero critical thinking skills. If we actually look at the basis of trickle down economics, there's actually no real incentive for employers to pass down their money to their employees unless they profit off of it. Because from their condition, they are going to profit maximize. And from an investor standpoint, because of fiduciary responsibility, it is the case that they're going to uphold the maximum level of profits for their shareholders. That's what they are responsible for doing within the context of the corporation. So what are they going to do? They're going to do the profit maximizing condition. They're not going to give the money to the employees unless it is the profit maximizing condition.
So you just think the government should just be government workers and call it a day?
I'm saying that if you have higher top marginal tax rates, then it is the case that you incentivize employers to pass down their money to their employees because reinvestments into the firm, right, will have a greater return because they would have been taxed on that money otherwise.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it. Let's do this another time.
Wait, before we move on, do you agree with the big beautiful bill cutting over 10 million people off their health insurance and 2.4 million people off of food stamps per month on average?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a family member on Medicare, and I haven't seen any cuts.
Medicaid and food stamps. And the Medicaid food stamps, right, cuts do exist. The Congressional Budget Office indicated this. For the bottom 10% of income earners, they'll have a decreased after-tax income by $1,200 a year.
Well, don't
for
you
the
agree
bottom-
that
Go ahead.
they need to maybe improve themselves and go out and work?
Yeah, they would have a better ability to be able to improve themselves if they had access to health insurance and food.
Yeah, but do you think people are abusing food stamps
No.
at all? Really? Okay. Well, I disagree
No,
with you
I
there.
don't. I don't think.
That's
I don't
probably
think.
why
People, I don't
Trump
think
got
people.
elected.
I don't think people. Who,
Because the
I don't
that
think
voted for
people.
Trump
I don't
believe
think.
that
I don't
food
think
stamps are
people.
being
I don't think
abused.
people who are. You're not letting me finish. I don't think people getting cut off of food stamps are people specifically that are frauding the system. Are there people that are frauding the system? Yes. And if they are, there will be charges set out against them. Right? That is not legal to do. But it is the case that it's a vast minority of the individuals that are specifically benefiting off food stamps programs. And most of the people getting cut off food stamps programs are not going to be people that are frauding the system. Your idea of people frauding the system is just benefiting off of the system. But you don't think big businesses are benefiting off of the system specifically due to the tax loopholes that are put in place by Republicans, right? Specifically, Donald Trump going up to big fossil fuel companies saying that if you give me $1 billion for my campaign, I'll give you $110 billion in tax cuts, right? The corporate subsidies for fossil fuel companies, big fossil fuel companies, those handouts, the corporate subsidies, those aren't, right, them frauding the system, but it's frauding the system for like people to get like $127 specifically for food stamps for themselves to be able to eat. Like that's frauding the system to you?
I think they need to have a motivation to go out and do something in the world. You know, capitalism works, and not relying on the government. The government's not. Nobody's going to come save you, and that's
Wait,
where
the reality
Democrats
is that we have a system that can be there for every single person in this country. When you say no one's going to save
They're
you,
gonna abuse
that's only because Republicans aren't willing to fund the policies that will be able to save people. You're willing to let people die, even though their deaths are preventable.
We don't want anybody to die, but I think there needs to be motivation to go out and improve yourself.
And that
do
means
well.
people dying, people not getting access to health insurance and preventative health care. So that's how you want to incentivize people to work. Because I
Well,
can
if
think
someone's sick-
1,000 different things that would be a better incentive to get people to go out and work than literally risking their life because of it.
If someone with pre-existing conditions and very ill, of course we need to take care of them. But
Well,
if
Donald
someone's
Trump
just
wanted to repeal and replace the ACA, which is the very thing that protected people with pre-existing health conditions. What was his plan for healthcare? What is
Well,
his plan
something-
for healthcare?
That's a great question.
Well, when he was asked specifically on the debate stage, he said concepts of a plan. Can you imagine if a Democrat said that? Can you imagine if a progressive Democrat said that they had concepts of a plan to pay for their policies? Can you imagine if a progressive said that? The right would be losing their minds. But because it was Donald Trump that said it, They forgot about it. They forgot about fiscal responsibility. They forgot about how are we going to pay for it. Those questions simply lost track. What happened to that? What happened to asking people how they're going to pay for the plan? What happened to ensuring which one was whatever the most fiscally responsible candidate was the one that you were going to vote for until it happened to be Donald Trump that was less fiscally responsible and a Republican that was less fiscally responsible by multiple trillions of dollars?
What do you think about the CFPB? About Trump trying to get rid of that. It's more deregulation. I'm a pretty good fan of that.
The Center for Budget and Policy Priorities?
Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Oh, why would you want to get rid of the Consumer Protection Bureau?
I just think it's not money well spent. I mean, are they really
So protecting consumers is not money well spent?
Well, that's probably something that needs to be revamped.
Yeah.
Like the Bureau of Business.
Fuck them. Just fuck the consumers. Fuck them. And make them pay higher money in terms of tariffs, and then actually make the products less safe. Yeah, that's really gonna make people better off, right?
I mean, how much can you? I mean, this is just
Takes you think of the $10. Thank you.
wasteless money.
When you say wait, wasting money.
Money.
Wait, the big beautiful bill adds $3.4 trillion to the debt. Is that not wasting money? Giving massive tax breaks disproportionately to millionaires and billionaires, while decreasing after-tax income by $1,200 per year for the bottom 10% of income earners, and decreasing after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners.
But how much money have the tariffs made so far in just a short period of time without causing inflation?
Who pays that? And it does cause inflation. Who pays that?
Other countries.
No, it's United States citizens. It's American importers, right, that are buying the products, paying that specifically to the U.S. government, right, and then
It's on the wholesale side.
That cost is passed down to the consumer because it's an aspect of cost of production and distribution. So if it's an aspect of cost of production and distribution, then it is going to be passed on to the consumer disproportionately, which is going to raise prices for American consumers. We would have seen lower inflation right now if it was the case that these tariffs were not implemented in the first place. El Valentin, thank you so much for the $10 for the hair is great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
When Biden was president, we had 9. Now we're below 2.
So
I don't care what you say.
wait. So you want to know something funny? We're not below 2. You gave me no source for that. We're 2.7% right now. It was 3% when Biden left. The idea that it was 9% because of Biden is ridiculous. That was literally something that happened around the entire world because of supply chain issues relating to COVID. You know nothing about economics. You know nothing about inflation. You know nothing about global trends of inflation and how that's going to impact the prices specifically of products here in the United States. You don't understand that tariffs cause inflation. You don't understand who pays the tariffs. You know nothing about economics, and you sit here and act so confident and act like you know it all. What are you talking about? You have no sources for your claims. You don't even know where you got the inflation numbers from. You said below 2%, and then you said it was 2.1%, and then you went back to saying it was below 2%, yet you still haven't provided the source of people who said it, yet you said it was the top 100 economists that said it, when you can't even mention who they are. You can't even mention what the information was, specifically that gave you that it was the top 100 economists. Please provide any of that. Do you have any of that information that you could provide?
Yeah, it was Edsel Charles.
Who?
Gave that. He's a famous real estate economist.
Wait, what's his name?
Edsel Charles.
Edsel Charles.
Yeah.
Edsel Charles. And then you said below 2%.
That's right.
Percent inflation.
And where we're seeing
and where do you get the, and where do you get this from? Where do you get this from?
Lower.
Wait. Oh, wait. The first thing that comes up is a fact check.
No, PCE and CPI. I mean, that's what we're looking at. You know, the Fed's favorite form of inflation is PCE.
Wait. It's not even for that claim. You're misunderstanding. By the way, you think the price? No, dude. Here's what you're misunderstanding. The economist was saying the target for inflation would be below 2%. Not that current inflation rates are 2%.
Oh, no.
Below 2%. That's not even what they were saying.
That's why I think Powell should be fired, is because we're below 2%.
No. They're saying the inflation target is below 2%. They're not saying that the current inflation rate is below 2%.
I know, but if you look at the current PCE and CPI, CPI
is not below 2%. CPI right now is 2.7%. CPI right now is 2.7% according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Over 2, but they actually are below 2.
What is this guy saying? According to who?
That's what they're saying.
No, who's saying
According
this?
to many economists. I told
No,
you.
he didn't say that. No one said
So
this.
you just believe whatever you see.
No,
Okay.
this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Yeah, and you believe them? The person, the head of
Yes.
it, just got fired. Okay, all right.
Yes,
Well, if
because
you want to
Donald
believe
Trump
them,
is literally
they mail
insane.
in. They mail in forms. When's the last time you mailed something?
Dude, I mail in things for taxes. What do you talk? Do you not mail in things for taxes?
No, I do it online.
Wait, I mail in things for taxes, and that's totally fine. So, yeah,
no,
dude,
you can
take
do
a
it
look
online
take
now,
a
my
look.
friend.
I understand. Take a look at this. 2.7%. That's what it currently is.
Yeah.
Do you see this? Look at the screen, bro. 2.7%. Take a look. Take a look, dude. Does this say below 2%? Was it ever below 2% since Trump has been in office? No. Biden left here. This is January 2025, right? 3%. And then it's 2.7% now. And it's going up since it was 2.3% in April. Dude, this guy is ridiculous. You where the hell did you get this information from? This is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is what I mean, dude. This is why I say it's such a problem that Donald Trump is firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because now you have Trump supporters literally saying information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics is not the actual economic data for the country. What are you talking about? I have an economics degree. I learned in school that this is where you get the information from.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
mean, do you think mailing in forms is the way to do it?
Dude, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Do
if
you-
that's what you think,
wait. Do you think
continue
that the
doing
data that you're looking at isn't from that process? Do you think the
Anyway,
data that you
I
are looking
guess we
at
agree.
does not undergo that
disagree.
process? Oh my God, no. Wait. Oh my God. Every data specific, every single piece of data that you could point to
I
for
disagree.
economic data would go through that process. Not a single piece of economic data would go
How-
through a
how's
different
it-
set of process that you could be able to identify that would say that there would be different numbers. You are whipping
How's
this
it gonna
out
put
of
us
your
in a recession?
asshole, dude. It's straight out of the ass. This is bullshit
Powell is
information.
doing- When Powell puts
What
us in
are
a
you
recession,
saying, dude? What is this guy saying?
Powell will put us in a recession. You watch, and I'm going to call back.
No, he didn't.
Have a good. He will.
No, he
We're
didn't,
close.
dude.
We're gonna fall
What
off
did
a
what did he
cliff.
do that's going to put us into a recession? Watch, he's
He's
about to
kept
leave
rates
because
too
he
high.
can't justify his claims. Watch
There's
this.
all this damage being done that no one can see.
What did he do?
He's keeping rates too high. He's not. He's way above neutral, and he's going to have us fall off a cliff. Look at the surplus of housing supply. Look at the jobs.
The surplus of housing supply. What surplus?
Yes.
Look at the jobs. The jobs report was so bad that Donald Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics because he thought it was politically biased information.
Well, because of all these downward revisions.
Wait. Why do
upward
downward? Wait,
revisions.
so we shouldn't revise, right? Everything downward. Wait, listen.
I gotta eat supper.
This
I'll
guy's
call
saying
back.
we shouldn't. This guy's saying we shouldn't revise things downward if we have better data. So, by the way, he's saying that we shouldn't have information as soon as possible because it is the case that we shouldn't be trying to get out data, right? And then saying that, oh, we can revise it later given that there's better data then, right? That's the best set of information that we could provide, right? Like, we don't always have to adjust data, but sometimes we do. And that's the reality of things. And that's not a bad thing. Libby, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $30. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Libby. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Libby. Thank you. Joy, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, it's crazy. Tip, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Ellie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Amanda, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for the $100. I really appreciate it for whether temporary or permanent. Love the hair. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $100. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Francisco, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Leah, thank you so much for the $5. Kat, thank you for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let me make sure to go to YouTube real quick. Let me make sure to go to YouTube real quick. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm not caught up fully on YouTube real quick. I'm trying to get there real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. DJ, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Coral with the $20. Thank you so much, Coral. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Amanda with the $5. Thank you. Nessa with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We are fully caught up, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen to help get out to more people. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, everyone. Also, I need to put the Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal into the bio real quick. I mean, into the pinned comments, and I haven't done that yet. I'm so sorry, everyone. I completely forgot to do that. Let me do that real quick. Alrighty. There we go. Let me pin it real quick. All right, there we are. All right, we're going to get the debates going, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Emily, thank you so much for the DNC fund. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. Let's go on to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, hello.
How old are you?
Can you hear me? I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2007, May 13th.
For sure. And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
I support Donald Trump for a couple of reasons. I like tax cuts. I think tax cuts and taxes are an issue in like American politics in general. That's probably the main reason tax cuts. So if you want to start with that, we could do that.
Okay, so what specific tax cuts? Because I can reference specifically the big beautiful bill that decreases after-tax income for the bottom 10% of income earners by $1,200 per year and decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners overall.
Well, I'll say his first term tax cuts were good, and but the main issue with taxes I see is that like 50% of like 53% of the tax revenue out of like the 2.3 trillion that we make from income tax is from the high, like rich people. I would say that we should like remove like the bottom taxes. Like poor people just shouldn't pay taxes. We could easily afford that.
Yeah, so then you must disagree with Donald Trump's tariff policy that will have a regressive negative impact on low-income earners, and his big beautiful bill that decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners for the bottom 10% by $1,200 a year, and gives massive tax breaks disproportionately to the top 1%.
Well, I think taxes for all are also bad. I feel like we spend too much money on things like welfare and not this, but I'm sorry, but welfare and like just food stamps and Medicaid, all that stuff. The issue is, what I would say is that we have people that are on the welfare program. They enter, you could say like people leave, but then they eventually come back, and it's just like a cycle. If the system worked for welfare, then people would be getting off of it. It's a really small margin that people are leaving welfare.
No, that's not true. People all the time, right? Because of the safety net of Social Security, Medicaid, food stamps, Medicare, and whatnot specifically, are more likely to be able to take care of themselves because of it. All right. And in this country, before these programs existed, there were more vast levels of poverty. There were more vast levels of worse conditions. Right. That's clearly right what we don't want in this country. We want people to have a living wage. We want them to have health insurance and health care. We want them to have food in their stomach. Right. We want them to be treated to a good degree. Every single person in this country. And if we do not establish that baseline will not be met.
Well, it's not the baseline. It's that like I have a statistic like written down. It's 33% of people get off of welfare, right? But then 20 to 25 people return to welfare.
Where'd you get this information from?
It says ASPE, Urban.
What's the title?
ASPE, and then Social Justice Center, Urban. I have dyslexia, so I can't know what that says. But I just
what's the title? You told me the with the site. What's the title?
Taft leaves approximately cast loading. I can't read. Holy shit! I'm so sorry. I suck at reading. Like, my bad. Summary of research on welfare outcomes funded by ASP.
Okay, wait. So it's ASPE, Social Justice Center, and then what is it?
I wish it. Fuck. I'm so sorry, dude. My bad. Taft leaves approximately.
What leaves approximately?
It says applicants and case loading study summary of research on welfare outcomes funded by ASP.
Research for welfare applicants. Okay. Okay, I see what you're talking about. And where does it say what you're saying?
Hold on, I have to find it.
Okay. Meantime, give it a second, everyone. In the meantime, make sure to tap that screen if you're on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. It helps get it out to more people.
Shit.
Do give it a second for him to find this information real quick.
I don't know. It's on there. I'm not gonna like look for it. I'm
You
sorry.
should go look for it. It's fine.
It's like acid. It's holy shit. All right. You went on that one. I guess like.
You don't want to do research.
Well, I don't want to like sit here and make people bored. It's like.
Oh, you won't. You won't. I can just mute you and talk to someone else while you do that.
All right.
Okay, for sure. In the meantime, while he goes in and looks through that information, everyone, we'll get the next person up here to help him out. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria. Just make sure to unmute whenever you're ready. Make sure to unmute when you're ready. Let's go on to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? For the TikTok stream, make sure to like the stream. It'll help get it out to more people. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Alrighty. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Alright. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
What's your birth year?
I was born in 2007,
And what month?
June.
Do you
Just
support
turned
Donald
18.
Trump?
I do support Donald Trump.
Okay, why do you support Donald Trump?
I support Donald Trump because I believe that he is trying to make America generally better.
Okay. How is he trying to make America better?
Sure. So first, one of his main things going into the presidency was closing down the borders. I believe that will help the country.
Okay, how so?
I believe that getting rid of many illegal immigrants using tax dollars will benefit our economy more due to the fact that we have to spend less tax money on illegals and we can spend it more on Americans.
Okay, actually, that'd be spending more money on undocumented immigrants rather than spending it on Americans because it takes money to deport people. You said you just wanted to use tax dollars to do that. Also, it decreases the size of the U.S. economy and decreases how much is going into our governmental systems because undocumented immigrants pay $100 billion in taxes per year. In 2022, they paid $100 billion in taxes. So the idea that you're going to save money by doing this and be able to spend more money on people who are in the country who are Americans is ridiculous because immigrants actually benefit the economy. They grow the tax revenues of the economy and allow for us to be able to pay more into our systems.
All right,
for people
that's fair.
who need it in America.
All right, but what about Americans using tax dollars to get public housing and other benefits from that Americans would get as they are legal, not being able to enter the
Undocumented
country?
immigrants don't get any of those programs.
Undocumented
And then
immigrants
if
get
you want to
housing.
reference people getting access to these programs, undocumented immigrants are more likely to work than natural-born U.S. citizens. They have a higher labor force participation rate.
They're like, what do you mean? Like they're more likely to get a job here?
Yeah, they're more likely to work than natural-born U.S. citizens because they're more likely to be younger. They're more likely to be working age.
Well, yes, they're more likely to be younger, but also, do you believe that you should be able to enter the country without any documents, nothing like that?
I believe that people should be given documents, right? Pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime.
All right, that's a fair point.
I'm not saying no security. I'm just saying that when you're deporting people who haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, you are not making this country more secure. You're not making this country safer. And if anything, you're making this country less safe and less secure because law enforcement is spending more time trying to deport people who have not committed violent crimes and bad crimes and are not a threat to our safety and security, rather than focusing on people who are a threat to our safety and security. And secondly, you voted for a violent sex offender who pardoned violent rioters on January 6th who beat
vote.
cops.
Hey, wait! I didn't vote. All right.
So do you support Donald Trump? So then you support a guy.
I do.
So then you
I do.
support a guy that like literally pardoned violent rioters on January 6th and who beat cops and incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol. He's
All right,
literally
what
making
about
this
Hunter
country
Biden?
less safe.
What about Hunter Biden?
Who didn't
Joe
commit a
Biden
violent
fired
crime?
Hunter Biden.
who didn't commit a violent
Still,
crime,
it's a crime.
would you have
Still a crime.
if you were Joe Biden, would you have pardoned your son?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
To be totally
Don't know what I would
honest,
do.
to be totally honest, I probably would have.
You probably would have. All right, that's
if,
fair.
if that's my son, I would have totally done that. Because
That's
it's
fair.
not like a violent crime or a bad crime that I'm pointing to. Like where the crimes that he was specifically convicted of, right, are crimes in which, again, it's obviously not like good to like pardon him for because he clearly committed those crimes. But it's understandable that a parent would do that, given that they have the power to. And also with the level of prosecution that he was facing specifically just for being, right, his son, right, was also something that like Joe Biden was taking into account as well.
How many years was Hunter Biden have got? I haven't looked into that.
How many years was he what?
How many years would he have got if he wasn't pardoned?
I'm not sure.
All right.
I'd have to look back. I just know that it wasn't like, it was like some gun related charge.
All right, that's all right. You gotta admit that's still a little violent. Guns, you know.
No, just having a gun is not violent.
I agree that having a gun is not violent, but crimes with guns can easily turn violent.
Yeah, but the crime specifically relating to guns that was in relation to him was not a violent crime.
Okay. All right.
Again, Coral, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. The new haircut plus glasses is looking good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Najia, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. What about Bidenism strikes again? I know, right? But again, do you want to address the other guy just left. Do you want to address like the January 6 pardons? The fact that he pardoned violent rioters on January 6 who beat cops?
Sure. How many pardons did he give? Do you know the number or no?
So it was like 1,600 overall for January 6.
1,600. All right. All right. What about now? What about now though? Probably the riots in LA. Those are becoming pretty violent too. You know.
The peaceful protests in LA. Some people have been
I
violent.
don't know. I've seen videos that it's turning.
I live in LA. I've been there.
You've been to the riots?
They're not. No, I've been to peaceful protests, like the
All
No
right,
Kings
you've been to
protests.
protests?
The No Kings protest was completely peaceful. All right, and the place that they actually sent police officers onto, I was there and saw it was completely peaceful with no one doing anything wrong right before. They sent a bunch of cops there. And I actually have a video on my phone of literally all the cops lined up about to make the raid before there was any violence there. Because I was there, nothing was happening. No violence, no one was doing anything wrong. And they literally sent cops in to limit people from peacefully protesting.
I don't know, man. I'm seeing videos. People are standing on cars, waving Mexican flags in the air, trying to press against SWAT teams.
This didn't happen then.
Staged?
And by the way, what's wrong with having a Mexican flag?
No. Having a Mexican flag on top of a car with a smashed windshield.
Okay,
you know,
so smashing a windshield is wrong. Sure. What's wrong? Why are you associating that with everything else? And why is this being used as a manner to deflect away from taking accountability for Donald Trump pardoning violent rioters on January 6th? To my knowledge, Biden and Harris did not pardon any of the people who did this. So please explain to me why you're randomly bringing this up to deflect away from taking accountability in terms of addressing why Donald Trump pardoned violent rioters on January 6th. Seriously, why'd you do that?
Dude, I was 13 years old when this was happening on January 6th. I do not remember.
What do you mean you were 12, 13? How old are you now?
This is what, 2021?
Yes, if you're 12, 13,
So
you're not old enough to be on the line.
Years old. I was 14 years old.
MAGA math.
What are you talking about, dude?
You thought something 4 years ago would mean that you were
Yes,
12,
I was 14
13?
years old. I was 14 years old.
Okay. And your point is, I'm confused. Like, can you not respond?
My point is, I'm not very sure about the January 6th information. If I'm being honest with you, I don't have much knowledge in the January 6th information.
The pardons that he did were like 7 months ago.
Oh, all right, you got me on that. I'm stumped on that.
So why did he do those pardons?
I don't know, but people be making mistakes, Did you agree with everything Biden did in his presidency?
No.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything Trump does in his
Did he pardon violent rioters?
No, he did not pardon
Did he
violent rioters.
incite an insurrection at the Capitol? Was he held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman? Did he brag about walking to the changing rooms of girls' Miss Team Sake?
Wait.
Consent? Did he say he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years? Did he brag about grabbing women by the vagina without
Wait,
asking?
please.
All right. So what was the first point? Did he civilly liable on sexual assault?
Yeah. Donald Trump was held
Why
civilly
was that solved
liable.
in the civil? Why was that solved in the civil case, not in the legal case?
Civil is a legal scenario. What you're saying,
Civil.
why is it not criminal? Because of statute of limitations in New York. That says after 5 years, you cannot try them in a criminal case, regardless of the evidence. Which is a ridiculous law. That law shouldn't exist. And you agree with me that law shouldn't exist because for many victims, it takes decades to come out because of societal stigmas enforced by people like Donald Trump, right? That literally restrict women from coming out and for great victims from coming out in general.
All right. So, civilly liable against sexual abuse case. Still, though, why should we be judging? I agree. It's not right, Sexual assault, it's horrible. Horrible thing. But just because that happened to someone in the past doesn't mean that they can make up for something in the future. You agree with me on that or no?
What does this mean? What'd you just say?
Just because someone did something wrong in the past doesn't mean that they can't benefit towards the future.
Wait, you think rapists can be redeemed?
What do you mean? Like, they can... Like, if I rape someone, I can redeem myself from that?
Well, yeah. Do you would you accept a rapist? Because you think they can become a better person? I would tell you this. I would never accept a rapist. I would never say that they could be redeemed. They're fucked. Yeah. They're incredibly fucking inhumane and disgusting. There's no way in your mind, right, you could ever justify doing that. Especially putting someone like that into a position of power like the position of presidency. I'm sorry. Like, are you serious?
All right. I feel like you're now trying to put words into my mouth and mix what I'm saying.
What am I saying about what you just brought up that is so crazy?
Listen,
Draft, thank you so much. I appreciate the draft. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I literally expressed what you were referencing.
Listen, you don't justify the rape factor. You justify their other factors. There's pros and cons going into everything that you look into.
Wait, I'm sorry. So do you think that you would vote for a rapist you knew was a rapist?
I didn't vote again.
Would you? I asked you, would you, if you could, would you support a rapist?
I would not support a rapist. I would
Okay,
support
so
Donald
Trump is literally a fucking rapist.
All right.
So you don't support him?
I do. I support his laws and policies. Do I support his personality?
So you do support a rapist?
Wait, hang on. Can I speak for a sec?
Go ahead.
I support his laws and policies. Do I really support his background information, where he comes from? Not really. Do I have belief that he can try and attempt to make the country a better place? I do.
So how is he trying to make the country a better place? And also, again, you still wouldn't want to support someone, even if you think that they were going to try, even if you agreed with their policies, even if they were rapists, right? Or given that they're a rapist.
Wait, repeat it. I wouldn't support someone's policies.
You wouldn't support someone, even if they agree with your policies, given that they're a rapist, right?
What do you mean by support? Like
you would vote for them over Kamala Harris.
I would vote for them over Kamala Harris.
You'd vote for Donald Trump, who you know is a rapist, over Kamala Harris.
If I could have voted in November, I would have voted for Donald Trump.
I appreciate the racing helmet. Thank you so much. We're just gonna go on to the next person. Jesus Christ, dude! Like literally cult members on the screen on the stream. Like Jesus Christ. Let's go to the next person. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. If you're on TikTok, do tap that screen. It helps get it out to more people. For the 4.7 thousand people here on TikTok, make sure to tap that screen. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. It'll help get out to more people. For the 3,000 people on YouTube, make sure to like that stream, everybody. Make sure to like the stream if you're on YouTube, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, again, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'm not debating. Yep.
What's your birth year?
I want to watch my 2000.
And you said you're how old again?
Random people your freaking phone number. I don't want to debate anyone. What are you talking about? I worked all day. Why are you giving random?
What? What just happened? They just left. Allie, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Laura, thank you so much. I appreciate the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Laura. Thank you for the $25. I really appreciate it. Philip, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you, Philip. I really appreciate it. Lindsay with the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that you did. I'm so happy to hear that you did. W. Lindsay, thank you so much. Zachary, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. This has associations with, so people go crazy far with that. To go on the next person, only send a guest request if you do meet the set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Who wins in a twerk off, you or D?
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. If you're on YouTube, again, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm not old enough.
Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
1998.
Okay, so why do you support Donald Trump?
I like his border policies.
Such as?
I like that he's not allowing mass immigration into this country.
Okay, so what's wrong with mass immigration?
Takes up so much of our jobs.
No, it doesn't.
Don't you? You don't think?
Mass immigration creates jobs. It makes our economy larger. Creates more opportunities for people within the economy. Sage, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you.
So what about all the crimes?
What about what crimes? The
All
ones
the
that Donald
illegals
Trump committed? What?
No, the ones that the illegals are committing.
So you want to get criminals out of the country, right?
Illegal criminals, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you start getting Trump out of the Oval Office? He's an illegal criminal.
How is he illegal?
Because he's a convicted felon.
I'm saying illegals.
Yeah, he's an illegal. He's committed a crime.
Say a lot of people have committed crimes.
So you said you want illegals out of the country, so let's kick him out of the Oval Office, right? Kick the illegal out of the Oval Office, Donald Trump, right? Kick him out.
Illegal citizens.
Wait, hold up. Why do you only say that in reference to that particular misdemeanor, not
I've
like
been
a
saying
specific?
that. That's what.
Wait.
No, that's what I meant at the beginning.
Why do you call someone a quote unquote illegal in reference to a misdemeanor but not a felony?
What do you mean by that?
Why do you call someone a quote unquote illegal in reference to a misdemeanor but not a felony?
If they're in the country illegally, and they commit a crime.
So again, why do you specifically consider someone an illegal for a misdemeanor but not a felony?
I guess felony is pretty bad too.
Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump's an illegal, right?
Okay, so why shouldn't I like Donald Trump? Tell me this.
Okay. So, well, he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He's incited a violent insurrection on the Capitol and pardoned the violent rioters who beat cops, were convicted and sentenced, right? Along with admitted to it. Along with the fact that he specifically said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. Bragged about walking into the changing rooms of girls in Miss Teen USA because he quote-unquote owns a place to inspect them without their consent, where there was an 18-year-old that came out, said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old. He said his daughter is voluptuous, which means curvy or sexually attractive. He said he'd be dating his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. He said he had sex in common with his daughter. He bragged about grabbing women by the vagina without asking. His big, beautiful bill decreases after-tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners and for the bottom 10% of income earners by $1,200 a year to give massive tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires disproportionately.
So if you're middle lower class, how does that tax breaks work for you? How does that affect you?
You get a small benefit.
If you're middle to lower class, you get small benefits.
If you're middle, you said middle. If you were in the bottom 20% of income earners, you have a decrease in after-tax income, meaning you lose money from a net basis. Right? And if you're in the bottom 10%, you lose $1,200 on average a year.
So where does the bottom 20% like end up? Like, do you know what like a year that is for them? Like what they make a year? Do you know what that makes up for 20% to be in the bottom?
you would have to look at the outline specific numbers for the different deciles under the Congressional Budget Office report.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things about Trump that I don't like. Multiple things, you know. But I just thought that he was the better candidate.
You would have gotten more money through the child tax credit if Kamala Harris were the nominee.
How so?
Because she wanted to increase the child tax credit to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18. Under the big beautiful bill, it's $2,000.
So what about that new child savings account? Is that going to happen? What do you think?
No evidence of this.
No evidence of it.
Yeah. Plus, that's less.
Okay.
It's less money. By the way, also, I don't know if I can keep you on the live because that background noise might actually be like
Copyright.
Copyright. So
Sorry, that's my daughter on her iPad right now.
it's fine. It's fine. You can come up on a later time.
Is there something you want me to look into?
Yeah. Look into the big beautiful bill.
Look into it. Is there certain sections that I should look at?
Yeah. So again, the big beautiful bill. Again, you want to look at the Congressional Budget Office report on that. So Congressional Budget Office, big beautiful bill. A recent analysis just came out indicated 2.4 million people on average cut off of food stamps per month, along with over 10 million people off of their health insurance.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll look into that and I'll try to update myself on the recent things happening.
For sure. Go ahead. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that's on the screen right now. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. Let's get on to the next person, everyone. We're about an hour and 30 minutes into the stream, meaning we have got another 4 hours and 30 minutes left on the stream, everybody. 4 hours and 30 minutes left on the stream. Maybe three and a half. So 3 to 4.5 hours left on the stream, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. Was that my? No, it wasn't my phone. I wonder what I just dropped. Oh, it was the book. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be on here.
You're good. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that's on the screen here on TikTok. Ali, thank you so much again for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Gabriella, thank you so much for the $2. Francisco, thank you for the $5. Leah with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Sorry, everyone. I'm a bit behind on the donations. I, for some reason, didn't see my Cash App. Philip, again, also, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20, Philip. Thank you. So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that's on the screen, everyone here on TikTok. Frasley, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Oh, my bad.
You're good. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria that's on the screen, everyone here on TikTok. Let's go on to the next person here. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And why do you support Donald Trump?
Just mainly for the border policies. Just trying to restrict the amount of immigration coming through.
What specific border policies?
Just the overflow, no background checks. Just trying to reduce the amount of people. I mean, there's no actual way of doing background checks in third world countries.
So what do you mean by quote unquote third world country? I appreciate the dinosaur. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Secondly, in terms of background checks for countries around the world, you can do background checks and we can make the legal process go significantly quicker. We should take the money that they're putting into ICE. We should abolish ICE and we should make the legal process go significantly quicker.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is quicker ways to doing stuff, but you have to understand that as far as background checks and technology wise, we're far superior than other countries.
No.
So, other people
actually countries around the world have just as good technology as we do.
I've lived down there. I know how slow the process is. My dad is from Mexico.
Wait. I'm just saying from around the world. I'm saying the United States isn't the only country with good technology.
When I'm referring to whenever migrants cross over through the southern border, it could be Indian, it can be all type of immigrants from other countries, and depending on the country, the background check can take either weeks or months, and those immigrants will sit in cells for no reason,
Okay, I have a question.
and sometimes they slip through the cracks.
What's wrong with mass immigration?
Mainly, it hurts the economy.
Okay, so how is immigration hurting the economy? Because I can show you a Congressional Budget Office report that indicates the immigration surge that happened under the Biden-Harris administration will lead to an increase in the GDP by 2034 by $8.9 trillion.
Okay. Well, the situation here is that I'm telling you from a personal standpoint. Whenever there's a census, I'm gonna use this as an example. Immigrants won't mark themselves down because of fear of being processed or being tagged. You have to understand that. So these social programs don't have the right amount of budgets, and they get drained really fast.
Undocumented immigrants don't qualify for these budgets.
Yes, sir, they do. I have an uncle that got a
And
social program.
isn't the whole thing that Trump is complaining about is that undocumented immigrants are within the context of the census, and that's why he thinks that shouldn't be the case because it gives too much to democratic states?
No. Well, my example is that you're saying that they can't use it. They can't use it because if you go into a hospital and you all they require you is to have proof of an address. They don't require you to have legal documents to show that you're from here. I have an uncle from my wife that got surgery and got cancer tumors removed from his spine, and he didn't pay nothing. So that's an example that I can give you.
So then he has debt.
He has no debt. He has no social security number. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, so then
because he went through a
can I ask
he
you a
went through a
question?
social
Can I ask you a
program.
question? Do
Yes,
you think
go
that
ahead.
do you
Yes.
think your family member should be given a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country?
Yes,
Okay.
I do agree.
Okay.
And I will tell you
are
this.
are they in the country undocumented?
My wife is not my side of the family, but I will agree with you. There should be an easier way to
Wait. Hold up.
easier way to citizenship.
Wait, hold up. Did you just say that your wife was undocumented?
No, my wife's uncle is the one I'm using as an
your wife's
example.
side of the family. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Your wife's side of the family. You don't think that her uncle should be deported, right?
He's not a criminal. I don't agree with everything.
Wait. Okay, wait. So then, dude, if you don't think that people should be deported if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, well, then you agree with me.
I agree partially with stuff that you say, but I don't agree
Wait,
with
but then
everything.
but then you agree with Democrats too because you want to make the process go significantly quicker, right?
Okay, I want to give you another example. My wife was naturalized in 2020, and whenever we sat in front of a federal
How do you
judge,
feel about Donald Trump talking about denaturalization?
I personally I don't like it. Because if the person hasn't committed a crime, if the person has shown that they've been good model citizens for this country, they don't need to be bothered. But I do agree that the ones
Don't
that
you
are
think that's a
violent
threat?
criminals need to be
Don't
deported.
you think that's an issue of the guy you voted for is threatening the naturalization of immigrants in the United States?
Oh, regardless of what happens, personally, I've seen some of your videos. I know you don't believe in God, but you have to leave that stuff in God's hands. I'm not going to sit there and do stuff that's out of my control.
What do you mean?
It's not in my hands whatever happens, but at the end of the day, if we don't vote and we don't do our job, then this is the outcome of
I mean, I'm
everything.
telling you to vote, but you shouldn't be voting for people like Donald Trump because he's a threat to our country. He's a
I
threat to our
voted for the-
values. He's a threat to what it means to be American.
I voted for the less worst person that I could possibly vote for.
And you think that was
I'm
Donald
not
Trump?
agreeing with everything. I'm not agreeing with everything. he
How
does.
is Donald Trump the better of the two evils, under your view?
The other one wasn't qualified.
How is
She was
Kamala Harris
placed in
not
there-
qualified?
He didn't go through a primary.
Actually, here's my real question. How is Kamala Harris not qualified, but Donald Trump is?
Let me retract that. She didn't go through the proper channels to get elected
She
to be
did.
that primary.
Okay, I have a
Well,
question.
No, she didn't.
What happens when a president steps down?
The vice president steps up.
Who is the vice president on the ticket in which was nominated in the Democratic primary?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. So if Donald or if Joe Biden dropped down from the ticket, that means the vice president steps up on that ticket, meaning she did go through the primary process because she was the VP. Also, 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee. Libby, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I just saw my parents' certificates of naturalization, and it repulses me that Trump wants to take that away from them and my other family members. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Thank you so much, Libby. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we can agree and not agree with. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't agree with everything, and I disagree with some things that you don't like.
Okay, but
But
like,
then,
so then what specifically is worse about Kamala Harris compared to Donald Trump?
I can particularly tell you something off the top of my head right now. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and make myself look stupid. So I'm not going to tell you that.
You're not going to tell me?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now.
Is that an issue then? Like, so if you don't have any reason to support Donald Trump, then why do you support him?
He has a better military standpoint from Joe Biden and Kamala.
Kamala, in what way?
Whenever we're at war, they don't take it serious. For example, what happened when Iran was bombing? All they said was "don't." What they just kept going.
What? What are you talking about? When did that happen?
I can't remember the exact date right now. But
you know that Iran bombed us last, and we didn't bomb them back.
Iran bombed us last. They've been threatening us since the early 2000s.
Wait, no, Donald Trump is the one who bombed them. They bombed us back. We didn't bomb them.
They've been screaming death to America since the early 2000s. Even when Obama and Clinton were in office. What's the difference?
I'm confused what your point is. What did Joe Biden do that was worse with Iran?
The nuclear program. I mean, nobody took it serious. Nobody took it serious. They
had an agreement. They had an agreement that 24/7 surveillance that limited them from getting access to nuclear weapons.
I mean, they still ended up getting the uranium, didn't they?
Wait, them having uranium does not mean that the uranium is enriched insofar as that they can create nuclear weapons.
Well, they enriched it, and they didn't care what treaty there was.
By the way, we had surveillance, and they weren't enriching it then.
Well, you agree or disagree? I mean, that's really
no,
how
we had 24/7 surveillance. The reason why we didn't have that anymore is because Donald Trump broke the deal and pulled out of it. It's his fault. So please explain to me how the Democrats did worse on this comparative to the Republicans. Who can say where the road goes? He left. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Iris, thank you so much. Appreciate the $5. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Oh, it's $3. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's go on to the next person. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like that stream. If you're on TikTok, do tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as the pinned comment here on YouTube as well, if you would like to support me there. Click on the Linktree, and it should be the top few links for Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
39.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I did vote for Donald Trump, yes.
Why do you support Donald Trump?
So I voted for him because of him talking about releasing the Epstein list. And so I am really curious to what you think about the Epstein files.
So to clarify, if you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for, given the knowledge that you have right now?
I would actually vote for no one.
Okay.
I think there are two sides of the same coin.
Okay. I think that's a ridiculous statement, but I do want to go on to the next person who is actually currently a Trump supporter. Appreciate the hand heart. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I am 29.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I voted for him.
If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Ooh, oh, I think I'd still vote for Trump, unfortunately.
And why is that?
I like the way he speaks. He's good at lying to me. He's good at telling me that his immigration policies are the best policies.
You said he's good at
He's good at
lying. Are you
telling
are you
me,
joking?
yeah. No, no, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. He's good at I mean he did a very good job at convincing me that he'd release the Epstein list. Um he did a good job, convincing us that he would be the right choice. And I think he could do it again, to be honest with you.
Y'all should be able to hear me now here on TikTok. Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm sorry, everyone. I will let y'all know what just happened. Okay. So it was plugged in, and when I went to go fucking move the damn pillow, it literally flew it off, and then the thing snapped, and then none of the micro USBs work on this fucking model except for the one that I have. So I had to set up a whole different thing for my microphone just to get it to work midstream. Like, that's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. I'm gonna try and get this to set up. Give me 1 second, everyone, because I want to make sure that it's just like the normal microphone. It should be. It's only it says the rear panel. So I need to figure out which one is like the normal audio thing that I need to switch to. Because otherwise it will be sending the audio through the same microphone. And I don't want that. But then there's not even a thing I can click on. What the oh my god, dude. Whatever. We're just going to do this. We're going to get it going. I know it sounds fine right now, but that's until I put someone on the live. Only send a guest request if you meet this set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We've got around fucking 4 hours left on the stream or so. I'll be doing solo debates today, everyone. Around 4 hours of solo debates today. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Oh, wait. No, I don't even have everything set up for what I hear everything through. Oh, my God. I don't even know what to set it as. Fuck, dude. Does this not have audio go through it? I'm gonna go insane. Wait, here we go. That's for audio. I don't even know what this is categorized as. Chat. Okay, I don't know what it would be categorized as. I'm so confused. I'm... Of course I have to figure this out midstream. What would it be categorized as? I have no clue. Here, I'll add myself up and I'll see if it works. Give me 1 second, everyone. 1 second, I'll add myself up and I will see if I can get it to work in terms of my audio. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry I have to do this midstream. It's so fucking annoying. Okay, is it working?
Is it working?
Okay, I do not
hear myself.
This is probably
Inception like crazy.
Okay, I don't hear myself. I turned off the audio so that... Okay, I wonder what it's running through. Could you hear both? We could hear you? Okay, so for some reason, I just can't hear it. You heard it? Oh, massive echo? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me... Okay, so it looks like it just is me not being able to hear it. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 sec. Let me go to the audio. Audio effects. No, fuck. 1 second, everyone. We're almost there. We're almost there. I don't know which one it would be. Holy shit. Oh, I'm so lost. I'm so lost right now. Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry. This is really annoying right now. I really don't like this because now it's going to take me forever to figure this out. Jesus Christ, dude. It's like everything has to go wrong. Okay, what about now? Hello. Nope, didn't work. Okay, give me 1 second, everyone. I'm going to lose half the stream. I apologize, everyone. Let me try this one. Hello. No, I'm not going to hear it on any of these, am I? Oh my god, dude, I'm going to go so nuts. I'm dude. Where is it? Like I'm so confused. Why is it not coming up for like the normal speaker? Hello. All right. Yeah, chat. There's nothing. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Let me check my own audio device. It could be my own. Alrighty, we'll try this next one. Give me 1 second. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, it seems to be that one. Okay, wait, there we go.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't hear
I
myself.
don't hear
I'm
myself.
gonna go crazy. I can't figure it out. Dude. There we go. Hello?
There we go. Hello?
Bro. It should be the one. It should be working. Is it working
Is it
now?
working now?
So everyone but me. Why can't I hear? What's going on? Why can't I hear? Let me try this. Hello.
Hello.
Dude, I'm so sorry, everyone. This is really frustrating me because I mean, I don't know what to do to fix it. Like, why can't I hear myself? Or why can't I hear the other? Your headphones are plugged in? Yep, I promise you they're plugged in. Let me make sure they're fully. Let me try one more time. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What do I do? I actually don't know what to do. The other earbud, that's not gonna work either. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Nope. Okay, I'm so confused why it's not coming up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello? Hello? I'm gonna go crazy, chat. I'm seriously gonna go crazy. Why can't I hear anything? There we go. Wait, hold up. I might have heard something. I think I heard something. Hello?
Hello?
Dude, what is going on? What is going on? By the way, I can't join as a guest on anyone's thing because I don't even have the ability to connect my preamp to my iPad. I can't join anyone either. It's literally I'm about to fucking quit for the day. I can't do this. I cannot do it, dude. What is wrong with this? Why doesn't it show up? What is wrong with this? Like, seriously, it's like Why is it so confusing? Why does this have to happen on the stream? Is it this? Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Like, is it really this difficult just to get things to work? Like, I don't know why I can't hear things on my PC. Let me try to go to my own stream, and I'll try to get it to work that way. I'm gonna click on Dean's stream.
Defending that Trump is an
I can't hear this.
authoritarianist.
Can y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I for some reason just can't hear it. Like, why can the stream hear it, but I can't? Like, like that seems so ridiculous, doesn't it?
Get the boot in your mouth, kid. Tread on me harder, daddy type shit. Yeah, pro-authoritarianism. You look absolutely crazy. Just affirmed that you're for authoritarianism. Boot
I
in
clicked
your
on
mouth
every
right
single
now.
one of my sound
I need
outputs.
you to suck on the boot right now. Take a good bite of the boot. You're like, Dean! Dean, please!
I clicked on every
Please,
single sound output.
Step on me harder!
It's not the earbuds, chat. It's literally not the earbuds, I promise you. I don't know what to do at this point. I hear things.
Authoritarianist
I
on
don't know.
me
It's not going through my
everywhere.
PC. I don't know what clip is
What's up,
happening,
you
everyone.
sports-
It's telling me to restart isn't going to fix it, everyone. I really don't know how a restart's going to fix it. It's my PC not playing the audio through my headphones. To do with this
What's up,
happening,
you
everyone.
sports-
It's telling me to restart isn't going to fix it, everyone. I really don't know how a restart's going to fix it. It's my PC not playing the audio. Hear
How old are
that.
you?
I am
It has
22.
nothing to do with OBS settings because it's my PC. That's not.
All right, and why do you support Trump?
So when I say support, I don't mean
Hello,
like
hello.
every single decision he does, but I just think he's the best option for.
It's plugged in. I don't
America,
know
right?
what it is at this point. Hello. Everything should be working. I don't understand why it's not working at this point. Like like the audio, people in the chat can hear it, but I actually can't. Like what? Well, it's so weird. Why can both my streams hear it, but I can't hear it? Volume up. My volume's maximum. My volume's up on my mix amp. I turned every volume thing to the max. Yes, it is, Matt. It's the Scarlet. I'm not gonna end the stream because I just don't want to. You know, it takes like I just want to let everyone know it takes so long to hit a restart on the stream to get everyone back in the stream that I don't want to restart because it will take even more time to figure that out. I'm just gonna figure it out this way. Yeah, there's literally nothing I can do. I feel like. Why? I don't understand why it's not playing through my computer. Okay. I'm really not understanding this right now. Audio output. Like what about the audio output could I change? Cuz it's the audio output for me to hear it.
Right now.
Yeah, why?
Okay. Do you guys everyone hear that?
Well, so Can we agree that
Okay, people do. Audio output. Default device. This default communications device. Okay, it should be playing it through the same sort of output device. Here, give me 1 second, everyone. Okay. Can I hear things now?
economy was good when he was president?
In his first term, at some points it was good.
Because I don't know too much, but I know that.
Okay, I don't hear it. Speakers, maybe?
I mean, I'm just
Wait, that would be for... Wait, that's for my own thing, so I should be
to
able to
answer the
hear
question,
it.
man. Like that's why I
No,
gave
no,
like,
no,
Based on
that's
some
why I gave
change,
like a
right?
general answer. Like I was like so
No, no,
okay
that's
with saying
a
like
valid
If I click on
generally, like,
every single
inflation was
one of
higher
them,
under
it would
Biden.
make sense
like,
that
I
I
don't know
should
why
be
you
able to
didn't
hear
accept
it at
that
some
and you
point,
wanted to
right?
like
My
dive
bad.
into
No,
the specifics
that's
of
a good
like
answer.
at
My
what
bad.
points was it higher and
All right.
lower.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dean. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay,
Like,
go
Forgive
ahead.
me.
I really don't know.
I just want to say that I think he's just like. Can you give me a reason why he isn't a better
No,
president
tabs
than
aren't
Biden
muted.
or like the Democrats?
I don't know why they just
basically?
would have randomly
I could
muted.
give
I
you
was
many.
running it
How
the
many
whole
do you
time.
want? Give me a number.
2.
Okay. One big reason why he is a worse president than Kamala Harris would have been is because he does not care about checks and balances, nor the Constitution. He's been doing obviously illegal shit, and he doesn't care. One really good example.
Like,
of
why does this have to
is
happen? Just
Executive
because I
Order
go
number
and I want to
14160
go
he
move a
signed into law
pillow,
January
dude.
20th,
Jesus
banning
Christ,
birthright
bro. The middle of the
citizenship for
stream,
children
like,
of undocumented
and I
immigrants,
literally
even
can't
though it
hear
is
anything.
Okay, so I'm actually not
Like,
against
what?
that.
What is the hell was wrong
I'm
with
actually
this?
not against that.
Okay, so you're not
Can
a
you-
patriot?
All right. Do you want to explain to your viewers what that amendment was actually for, or do you want me to tell you?
When was the 14th Amendment signed into law, and what all
What
does
is
it
the
guarantee?
amendment? What was the amendment actually for? Do you want me to explain it, or do you need to explain it?
I
Let me
think
know.
before we discover an
Audio output inputs. You could disable and enable your sound drivers. I don't know if I could do that midstream, right? Okay, output device. I feel like it should be working on the output device. I really don't understand why I can't hear anything. There's got to be an explanation for why I can't hear it. It might be the headphones. I promise y'all it's not the headphones. I'll try different ones. Like, I swear it's not the headphones. Like, it's just, why is everything not working? Watch, I'll put this in, and then these are different earphones.
argue and
Still
debate
doesn't
the
work.
intention of the amendment, we need to clarify what the amendment
On every
is.
output
Can you
device.
tell me what the amendment is?
Well, you just said it was for illegal immigrants.
No,
That's not what it was for
I
at
said
all.
that
Why
the,
could y'all? I just don't
14th
understand why
Amendment
y'all can hear it,
guaranteed
and why
citizenship
I
to the
can't.
children
I just
of
like, what
undocumented
is going
immigrants born
on?
American soil.
What is going on, dude? I've spent 20 minutes trying to fix this, dude. I've spent 20 minutes trying to fix this almost. The direct button. There is no direct button. Chat, if I reboot the PC, that ends the stream, which is the whole reason why I'm doing it on stream right now. It's because I didn't want to end the stream. There's no like specific button other than the 48 volt one. Like there's no specific button. Where's it? What is my phone? Jesus Christ, dude, where the hell is my phone? I should be able to. I just don't know what I could do to be able to hear the playback, everyone. You know what? I'm getting off. Fuck this. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You might see me. You might not see me. Bye.